You've been in that chair 100 times. You've told the stylist just a trim, or same as last time. And you walk out feeling like something is still not quite right. You can't put your finger on it. You just know your hair isn't doing what you want it to do for your face anymore. Here's what nobody tells you. The cut that worked beautifully for you at 40 is quietly working against you at 60. Your face has changed, and your hair hasn't caught up yet. That mismatch is the real reason something feels off. And today we're fixing it. I researched the worst style and beauty mistakes and youth-boosting fixes for mature women, so you get simple, proven transformations that work immediately. Today we're covering 3 haircuts that will make you look 10 years younger, and 3 you should avoid, for women over 60. By part 3, you're going to want to pause this video and go look in the mirror. I mean it. In part 1, we're starting with the cut most women fall back on after 60, and why it may be doing the exact opposite of what you think. Part 2 covers the 3 haircuts that actually lift your face, and one of them is so simple it surprised even me. Part 3? That one is the one most women message me about afterward. Because the mistake isn't the cut itself. It's something underneath. And part 4 is your complete action plan. The swaps, the timing, the one thing to say to your stylist next time you sit down. Part 1. The 3 cuts you should avoid. There is a haircut so common on women over 60 that it has practically become a uniform. You know the one. It shows up in every salon waiting room, every church pew, every school pickup line. And the women wearing it almost always have one thing in common. They chose it because it felt safe. That feeling of safety? That's the trap. Here's the retention booster you need right now. The 3 cuts we're about to cover are not ugly cuts. They are cuts that were designed for a younger face. And the problem is that your face has moved on, even if your hair hasn't. The first cut to avoid is the blunt jaw-length bob. It was the power cut of the 90s. It looked incredible on a high cheekbone and a sharp jawline with some natural padding underneath. But after 60, something shifts. The face loses volume in the mid-cheek area. The jawline softens slightly, and a blunt horizontal line right at that level, cutting straight across at the jaw, draws the eye downward. It shortens your neck visually, flattens your cheekbones, and can add 4 to 6 years to how your face reads in photographs and in real life. You've been choosing this cut because it felt clean. What it's actually doing is framing your face at its softest point. This specific choice is pulling the eye downward, which flattens your cheekbones and adds at least 4 years to how your face reads in any light. The second cut to avoid is the short-cropped pixie. And I want to be careful here, because some women look absolutely stunning in a pixie. But the version I'm warning you about is the one chosen for convenience, not design. It's the cut that happens when women say, just take it all off, it's so much easier. The problem is that a pixie without strategic shaping removes the softness that frames your face. It exposes the ears fully, which visually widens the middle of the face. And without any length at the crown or sides, there's nothing to add height, nothing to elongate, nothing to draw the eye upward toward those beautiful eyes of yours. Yes, that's simple. There's a reason this mistake is the hardest one to spot on yourself. Because when you look in the mirror, you see convenience and cleanliness. What the camera sees is something different. The third cut to avoid is what I call the mushroom. You've seen it. Full rounded volume at the crown, shorter and tapering at the sides and nape. It became enormously popular in the 80s and 90s because it gave volume. And volume was everything then. But this shape adds roundness directly to the top of the head while compressing the sides, creating an inverted effect that widens the face horizontally. The eye reads it as mass, not elegance. Combined with the natural softening of the face after 60, this cut amplifies rather than subtracts. I watched a woman in a salon chair last week. Stunning bone structure, perfect posture, and she had this exact shape. She kept asking the stylist to just clean it up a little. She didn't know what she was actually asking for. She needed a completely different conversation. The 3 cuts that are doing the most work against women over 60 are the ones that feel most familiar. Familiarity is not the same as flattery. What you've been doing for years may be the exact thing your face needs you to stop. Coming up next, the one swap that takes 30 seconds to ask for and changes how your entire face reads on camera. Part 2, the 3 cuts that make you look younger. Can I be honest with you for a second? The cuts that actually lift and lengthen a mature face are not complicated. They're not trendy. They don't require an expensive stylist or a major transformation. What they require is knowing which shapes work with the changes your face has made, instead of against them. And most women never get told this directly. Here's what I want you to hold on to before we go any further. Your bone structure has not changed. Your cheekbones, your brow line, the shape of your eyes, that's all still there, and it's still stunning. The right haircut doesn't create beauty. It just stops hiding it. The first cut that genuinely works is the long layered lob, a bob that falls just past the collarbone with soft face framing layers. This is the single most flattering length range for most women over 60. The length elongates the neck visually. The layers remove the horizontal weight line that blunt cuts create. The face framing pieces near the front catch the light and draw attention upward toward your eyes and cheekbones. It moves beautifully, it photographs beautifully, and it works with almost every face shape. The second cut that lifts your face is the textured shag with curtain bangs. Now, before you close this window, hear me out. This isn't the shag from the 70s. The modern version is soft, effortless, and works beautifully with silver and gray hair because the texture gives dimension to hair that can go flat with age. The curtain bangs part gently in the middle and sweep outward. They frame the forehead softly, reduce the visual length of the face if needed, and they cover just enough of the forehead to take years off how the face reads in movement. The layers throughout the shag add volume exactly where the face needs it. At the crown and sides, not at the bottom. Write this one down. The reason curtain bangs work so well for women over 60 is because they hit the upper third of the face, and the upper third is where your features are strongest. Drawing the eye there is the whole strategy. The third cut, and this is the one that surprises most people, is the asymmetrical midi cut. One side slightly longer than the other, falling anywhere from the chin to the shoulder. Here's the thing about symmetry that most stylists don't explain. A perfectly symmetrical cut draws equal attention to both sides of the face simultaneously, which flattens your overall look in photographs. A subtle asymmetry creates visual movement. The eye travels. It reads as dynamic and modern rather than static. There's one thing about asymmetry that nobody in this space talks about. The longer side creates a diagonal line, and diagonal lines are the most youth-extending lines in hairstyling. They oppose gravity visually. That's next. Specifically, if you have a softer jawline or more fullness on one side of your face, your stylist can use the length strategically to minimize that and draw attention upward. It's one of the most powerful and least discussed tools available to women over 60, and it takes one conversation to unlock. The right cut doesn't add years. It subtracts them. These three shapes, the long layered lob, the textured shag with curtain bangs, and the asymmetrical midi, each work by doing the same fundamental thing. Drawing the eye upward toward the strongest part of your face, elongating the neck, and giving silver hair the movement and dimension it was always meant to have. Part 3. The mistake underneath the cut. Here is something I don't hear enough people talking about. You can get the most flattering haircut of your life, the perfect lob, the right layers, the ideal length. And if you're missing one specific thing underneath it, the cut will still fall flat. Literally. Within 24 hours of leaving the salon, your hair will lose its shape, its lift, and its youth-giving energy. And you'll blame the cut. But the cut isn't the problem. The problem is density, texture, and movement at the root. And this is the part that changes everything for women over 60. Here's what happens after 60 that nobody talks about directly. Hair follicles reduce in production. The hair shaft itself becomes finer. The natural oils that used to give hair body and movement reduce significantly. This means the same cut that held its shape perfectly at 40 now needs something different underneath it. Something the cut alone cannot provide. Honestly, the volume question is the one I wish someone had talked to me about years before I figured it out. Because I spent a long time choosing better cuts and still wondering why something wasn't working. The 3 fixes for this are specific, and they work immediately. Fix 1. Ask your stylist for a root lift perm or a body wave. Not a full curl. Just enough wave at the root to give your hair a lifting point it can hold. Modern body waves are extremely gentle, look entirely natural, and give fine silver hair the movement it needs to work with a layered cut instead of against it. Fix 2. Use a volumizing mousse at the root. Not through the lengths, not at the ends. At the root only, applied while the hair is damp, before diffusing. This is the step most women either skip entirely or apply wrong. And it is the single fastest change you can make starting tonight. This is the one a friend of mine heard, and immediately called her stylist the next morning. She described it as being given permission she didn't know she needed. Fix 3. Change the direction of your part. A side part, or alternating your part direction every few days, prevents the hair from learning a flat position. The hair gets trained by gravity over time, and simply changing its direction resets that training. You'll see lift within a week. There's a reason this part is the one people message me about most, because it's the piece that was always missing. Not the cut, not the color, but the foundation the cut sits on. Every single one of the 3 youth-giving cuts from part 2 works at its best when the root volume is there to support it. Without it, even the best cut looks older than it should. What to swap? If you've been air drying flat and calling it done, swap it for 2 minutes of diffusing at the root on medium heat. If you've been using the same heavy conditioner through to the scalp, swap it for applying conditioner mid-length to ends only, keeping the root clean and light. If your part hasn't changed in 10 years, swap to the opposite side this week and give it 30 days. The maintenance tip for this part is simple. Every 6 weeks, not 8, not 10. Fine silver hair loses its shape faster than thicker hair. And the difference between a cut at 6 weeks and a cut at 10 weeks is visible in photographs. Book the appointment before you leave the salon. What I'm covering in the next part. Most women find it the most immediately useful of everything we've covered. It's the action plan, and it's the one that goes with you into the salon chair. Part 4. Your complete action plan. Let's talk about the moment that actually matters. Not the video. Not the research. The moment you sit down in the salon chair, the cape goes around your shoulders, and the stylist asks, "So what are we doing today?" That moment. That is where everything either clicks or gets lost. And for most women over 60, that moment goes almost exactly the same way every single time. They say, "Just a trim. Same as usual." And then they wonder why nothing changes. Here's what I want you to walk away with today. A specific, clear, confident plan for that exact moment. Because you deserve a cut that actually works for your face. And the only thing standing between you and that cut is knowing what to ask for. The first step is bringing a reference photo. Not a photo of a celebrity. Not a photo from Pinterest that could be anyone. A photo of a woman who is actually your age, with actually your coloring, with a cut that shows the specific shape you want. Silver or white hair. Visible maturity. Real skin. When you hand a stylist a photo of a 60-something woman with the exact cut you want, it removes every variable from the conversation. They can see the goal. They can work toward it precisely. The second step is using specific language. Instead of just a trim, say, "I want to keep the length but add face framing layers. Nothing too heavy, just soft movement around the cheeks." Instead of "take a little off," say, "I want to see my collarbone." These are not complicated things to say. They are enormously different things for a stylist to hear. Specific language produces specific results, and your natural elegance deserves specific results. You needed to hear this. There's one thing about the relationship between you and your stylist that most people never address. The stylist is working from what you give them. They are not mind readers. The more specific and confident you are in that chair, the more precisely they can deliver what your face actually needs. That confidence doesn't come from hair knowledge. It comes from knowing what you want. And now you do. The third step is your timing plan. Here is what to do starting now. If you are currently in a cut from the avoid list, the blunt jaw-length bob, the close-cropped pixie without shaping, or the mushroom, do not try to fix it all in one appointment. Ask your stylist to begin growing it toward your target length with intentional shaping along the way. One appointment to add layers and begin the transition. The next appointment to refine the direction. Good hair takes 2 or 3 appointments to arrive, and it is worth every single one. What to swap right now? If you're in the blunt jaw-length bob, swap it for a layered lob grown an inch or 2 past the collarbone over your next 2 appointments. If you're in the cropped pixie without shape, ask for crown height and side softness at your next visit. Small changes, massive visual difference. If you're in the mushroom, Ask for the crown to be diffused rather than rounded, and for length to be added at the nape rather than trimmed. The maintenance tip for this part: photograph yourself in the same lighting every 6 weeks. Not to judge, but to track. What you see in the mirror every day becomes invisible. The photograph shows you what the camera sees, which is what the world sees. And when you start making these changes, you want to be able to see the difference clearly. I didn't expect part 3 to be the one people message me about most, but it always is. And I think it's because that part names something women already felt, but couldn't identify. Today you identified it. And now you know exactly what to do about it. You just learned the 6 haircuts that matter most for women over 60. 3 that are quietly working against you, and 3 that will genuinely lift your face and take years off how you look in photograph. You did that in one sitting, with more clarity than most women get from a decade of salon visits. Boom. Your bone structure was always this stunning. Now your cut is going to show it. Tell me in the comments, which of the 3 cuts to avoid were you wearing without knowing it? I read every comment and I want to know. Next time, we're going into the one color mistake that adds 10 years to a mature face overnight. And it has nothing to do with going gray. Like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path, and I'll see you in the next one.